You don't need to close the gap in when a man is, like, setting up dates in between. You're not his girlfriend. So, if you're not a man's girlfriend, why are you going to give him access to yourself? Have more self-esteem within yourself to let a man work for you. Like, you deserve that. These men do not want to be with any woman. They get bored and they lose interest when every single woman that they try to pursue falls for them before they've invested significant amount of time, resources, and energy into them. Healthy men are very, very attracted by a challenge. And I know some men will say, like, oh, that's not true. We don't want a challenge and we want peace. Well, that's bullshit, because I want you guys to think about when you give yourself away so easily to a guy. I'm talking about the athletes, the healthy, like, sexy men that we're attracted to. I'm not talking about men that don't have options with women. I'm talking about men that are high quality, that have options with women. Okay, so, like, let's just make that clear. When a man says, "Oh, we're not looking for a challenge," that's literally bullshit. And just think back to your own life where anytime you've just made it so easy for a guy, has he just, like, fallen in love with you? Or has he started to pull back and lost interest? He's most likely lost interest. The less you do, the more inspired a man will be to want to do for you. And so this is what I want to get into in this video. And I want to talk about sort of like the art of receiving and why doing less or doing nothing inspires a man's pursuit. We're a product of our environment, and we've taken on this role in our work environment. And particularly even when we're young, we have to do more. And in order to do more, like, we're going to succeed at life. It's really hijacked our nervous system in a way, and it made us operate in a way that, like, unbecoming to our natural essence. Let's put it that way. Because in our natural essence, and in terms of the feminine aspect of us in men and women, that component in us is attraction. And in order for us to attract, we don't really need to do anything, right? Like, the pollen in the flower is just there. The bee finds the pollen. It's not like the pollen is like, pick me, or like doing anything other than being the flower, and the bee goes and finds the flower, right? And so, like, as women, we've been designed to be this way and to be like the selector in a pool of men that is vying for our attention. And it's designed this way. If you really want to see how things are supposed to be, you can look at nature, because even in nature, and you look at the animal kingdom, it's not the female that is trying to get the attention of the male. It's the male that's trying to, like, get the attention of the female. And my videos are very generic. And so if you want to go deeper, get the products, get the book, start off with the books, go on the website, look at the reviews, go into my Instagram account. I'm putting reviews there. And thank you for everyone that is taking time to also send reviews and testimonials in, because this is what helps another woman sort of tap into her own intuition. It's also a way to give back to me and the universe. So I appreciate that so much, and dive into my free resources as well, receiving and being in your feminine energy. And in order for us to do that, you have to heal, because we have, like, these preconditioned behaviors that are encoded in our nervous system, and it is making us want to do for a man. And the more that we're doing for a man, the further away that we are moving from love, true love. And especially in terms of, like, polarity and attraction, is when a man is, like, pursuing a woman, it takes time for a man to do that. And a woman is seeing consistently over time, is he able to maintain his pursuit? And if we're not allowing this sort of, like, courtship dance to happen, we're never going to really have the love that we desire. And as women, like, a core need that we have is to be seen. And how can we really be seen by a man if the moment he messages us or asks us out or does low value behaviors just to get our interest? And, like, low value behaviors are just like texting, calling, monopolizing a woman's time. And because we are not healed, our nervous system is not healed, and we're so desperate, like, looking to be seen from someone, we don't know how to give that to ourselves. We take that on from a man, and then we get overly connected to his low value behaviors of pursuit, because that's not true pursuit. Go into what men want. I go into, like, what healthy pursuit is and, like, how long that should be. Texting a woman and, like, monopolizing her time, healthy men don't do that. Healthy men don't fall in love that way. I had a comment in one of my videos, and a woman said, well, the science says that a man can fall in love through text messaging. Well, do you. Like, if that's working for you, do you. Like, no one is gonna have like the magic pill because everyone is different. I'm here talking about masculine energy and like healthy men. And if you know what men want, I am with a healthy man and I've always been with masculine energy men. And I can tell you that they are not interested in texting all the time. And they're not gonna fall in love that way. You don't build an emotional connection with someone in imaginary fairy tale land where you're just like texting each other all day. Like, healthy men don't have time for that. They're working. I'm not saying that you're not going to use the phone as a way to keep in touch in between dates here and there. And again, go deeper with your work and book a session or get what men want. If you want to go into specifics, a man is not going to fall in love that way. Even healthy women are not going to fall in love that way because even for me, as an example, a man text messaging me all day, I'm disgusted by that. I'm turned off by that because I think, is he working? He's not anything better to do. It takes time for a man to like really truly invest in a woman. Doing nothing does not mean that you are not doing your own inner work. The more that you invest in yourself and the more that you become strong in your own feminine essence by integrating your masculine, that means that you are integrating your self-image, your self-concept, how you feel about yourself. You're becoming strong on the inside. The softer you're going to be on the outside and the more alluring you're going to be to a man. You're not going to need to do anything aside from being yourself and aside from following your intuition in terms of like knowing where to go to meet men. You're not going to need to do anything besides that. And in fact, the less that you do with men, the more that men are going to be attracted to you. Healthy men are very, very attracted by a challenge. And I know some men will say, like, oh, that's not true. We don't want a challenge and we want peace. Well, that's bullshit because I want you guys to think about when you give yourself away so easily to a guy. I'm talking about the athletes, the healthy, like sexy men that we're attracted to. I'm not talking about men that don't have options with women. I'm talking about men that are high quality, that have options with women. Okay, so like, let's just make that clear. These men do not want to be with any woman. They get bored and they lose interest when every single woman that they try to pursue falls for them before they've invested significant amount of time, resources, and energy into them. When a man says, oh, we're not looking for a challenge, that's literally bullshit. And just think back to your own life where anytime you've just made it so easy for a guy, has he just like fallen in love with you? Or has he started to pull back and lost interest? He's most likely lost interest. When a man is dating you and he's won you over, yes, he doesn't want a challenge at that point. Nobody wants drama. Everyone wants a woman that's easy to be around. And when you're feminine, you are going to be easy to be around. You're not going to be a drama queen. You're going to be aligned with like the positive emotion of peace, joy, love. You're going to feel lighthearted. You're always going to gravitate toward that. And why? Because your nervous system is wired for that. You've rewired your nervous system. You're going to gravitate towards feeling good. That doesn't mean you're not going to have days where you're not feeling good, days where you're just like, meh. You're going to have like the wide spectrum of emotions, but you're not going to expect a man to make you feel good because you learned how to do that on your own. And this is what men mean by they want peace in a relationship. They don't want to come home to an unhappy woman. They don't want to come home to a woman that is just always like upset or miserable. Like, they don't want that. I don't mean that you're not going to have days where you're PMSing, you're tired. Like, of course you are. You know, I experience like a wide spectrum of emotions because I'm very connected to my heart and I'm very empathetic and I'm very emotional, but I don't put my stuff onto him. And so I know how to be with myself. I know what I need to do to be in alignment with myself. And I'm also okay with the times when I'm not at my best. Like, I'm always very forgiving and accepting of myself. So I don't project my negative feelings onto someone. So this is what it means by being sort of easy to be around. The more that you're able to do that, the more that a man is going to be interested in you. If you are always taking a man's role, so like now he's not really able to pursue you, he's losing interest in you. So what you want to do is you want to focus more on your inner work, make sure that you are like the best and highest version of yourself, meet lots of men, go on dates. I love dating apps, and don't do anything in between dates. Don't like initiate, don't make a man like see you or like try to get his attention. Just like step back and do nothing. And in this, you're going to be able to see like what man is interested in me and what man isn't. And what man is just playing this like ridiculous texting game where all he wants to do is text all day. If you're interested in that and you're not turned off by that, this is how you know you need inner work. Because if you're interested in just having text messages with a guy all day long, you're looking for validation from something outside of yourself. And that's trauma bonding. So when you're healthier in your energy and you've done a level of work within, you're going to find that unattractive. And this is why I'm saying that the masculine and the feminine, they attract each other. Masculine men are going to be unattracted to that, just as feminine women are going to be unattracted to that, because feminine women, they want to see a man actually like initiate consistently. They want to see a man spending their resources on them. They want to see a man's effort. They want to see that over a period of time. And they want to see that if I step back, and when I mean step back, I don't mean in games. You don't need to close the gap in when a man is like setting up dates in between. You're not his girlfriend. So if you're not a man's girlfriend, why are you going to give him access to yourself? Have more self-esteem within yourself to let a man work for you. Like, you deserve that. That's not playing games. Playing games is you're dating a guy and there's like a commitment now, and you see the man's calling you and you're ignoring him. So like, that's playing games. Why would you do that? That again is low value, and no one would do that. I'm not into wait 5 hours before messaging a guy. No, even with my husband, like if I saw his messages come in, I would message him back. If he messages to set up a date in the earlier stages before we were committed and I saw his message, I would message back. If I didn't see his message, I would message back when I saw it. Like, there was no game. But I have self-worth, meaning that I am not going to say, "Hey, Peter, remember me? Like, do you want to set up a date?" I'm not a pick me girl. And here's where you want to develop self-esteem within you, and you want to trust in the universe that if this guy is not the one that's going to step up, another guy is going to step up. And you have to allow that. And in that, men find that like extremely attractive. Healthy men find that extremely attractive, because healthy men don't have that experience with women. Masculine energy men, they have the experience where they'll just meet a woman, they'll be attracted to her, they'll go on a date with her, and the woman will like get ahead. And so any single time that a man starts to get excited about a woman, he starts to get bored again, because subconsciously he knows that he's the one that's supposed to be winning her over. So you don't want to do anything. You want to relax in your feminine energy. The only thing you need to do is work on yourself. And invest in yourself. Like, this whole idea where you guys just want free information is never going to change you, because there are patterns going on within you. Your body is running as a computer, and there's patterns that are in you. And you're not at the level of consciousness to see your patterns, right? So invest in yourself. And I'm not saying it has to be with me, whoever. Free resources are never ever going to change a person, because it's just adding more insight to the conscious mind, but it's not changing the programming in the body. And so to go deeper, you have to invest in yourself. And when you invest in yourself and you actually put money into it, your body thinks, oh, this is a value. Like, I really need to pay attention. And even in terms of my products are so cheap that you really have to be self-disciplined to actually do the work. This is why one-on-one coaching is a completely different level of accountability, because I will kick your ass into changing and shifting your patterns, because we need that, right? Even at my course at 297, even though there's like 25 hours of content and there's like so much valuable information in there, you have to do the work. That is the only doing you need to do. You need to just focus on yourself, focus on becoming the most magnetic, attractive version of yourself, focus on your triggers, why things are bothering you, why you're getting triggered, all of the pattern. You'll learn a lot about this in the inner work work, and focus on moving your energy out of neutrality and more into your feminine, because that is like the attractive nature, right? And from then you will have your own insights in terms of like where to meet men, and the universe will always give you like pings on, okay, well, like, go here, go on this dating site. The more that you're in alignment with like your highest version, the cleaner the messages will be. You can receive messages, but they're going to be darker messages. And so you always want to be careful, even when it comes to meditating, because our mind is a vessel for negativity. I don't want to go too far woo here, to manipulate you. So you really have to get to a space of having like a clear consciousness to receive your own messages. And this is why sometimes women will book calls with me, because I can access your own higher self, and I can help you with like what your next level is and like what you need to do. Okay, my loves, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you on the next one. Bye for now.